North Jersey and South Jersey Street Fighter scenes don't often intersect because it can be up to a 2-hour drive in between our locals, but since I'm between jobs right now, I hopped on down on a Tuesday night to try and play some people I don't have the opportunity to play very often. I got the chance to play against my friend Tempest in tournament for the first time, which was really awesome, and more importantly, I got my rematch on Ortega, which if you've been following this channel for a long time, you might remember Ortega's Jamie double eliminating me at a limit break in South Jersey on one of our Friday night events. Well, he has since learned how to play both Ed and Akuma, two of Marisa's worst matchups by far, and this time I came back stronger and I double eliminated him. So I'm extremely excited to post the VOD of the stream. They were simultaneously streaming Mortal Kombat, so I've put a little graphic over that, but there is still some Mortal Kombat SFX in the background, so apologies for that. And we played a second bracket after the main bracket that was just casuals, no money on the line, in which Ortega ran it back and actually double eliminated me. So I'll be analyzing those matches as well as my casual run back with Tempest as well. So without further ado, here we go. And now a quick break to thank this video's sponsor, Zenni Gaming. Zenni has been a leading online glasses company since 2003, when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was released. With over 50 million pairs sold, Zenni offers prescription sunglasses, sports glasses, blue light glasses for gaming, safety glasses, and just regular old glasses, so you can look like Marisa outfit 2, Aki outfit 3, whatever you want. And unlike costumes in Street Fighter 6, Zenni is always releasing new fits, all for a fraction of what glasses would cost at an offline store. You can even virtually try them on with your device's camera before you buy. Use promo code GLADIUS to get 10% off your Zenni purchase while supporting the channel. Link is in the description. With such low-cost eyewear, you can find something to match every cosplay or esports jersey. The possibilities are as endless as Ken Main's downplay. Thanks for watching the ad. Now back to the video. Did you know that I'm now a brand ambassador for AdvancedGG? Advanced was founded by two gamers in 2018, when Street Fighter V Arcade Edition was released. Advanced offers formulas for focus and hydration too, but my personal favorite is their energy drinks, with over 19 wild flavors to choose from. I'm talking mango lemonade, strawberry shortcake, taro bubble tea, and more. Personally, when I tried the original Ramune, I was hooked. What's even better is that unlike many competing brands, Advanced always promises no added sugar, no artificial colors, and no uncomfortable crash when the energy boost wears off, as compared to chemical-heavy alternatives. Each 16-ounce serving of Advanced Energy contains about the same caffeine as 2 cups of coffee, and it's all natural caffeine from green tea, too. Whether you're an esports professional, a fitness fanatic, an exam-stressed student, or an ambitious 9-to-5er, Advanced supplements are designed to help you realize your peak potential. Use promo code GLADIUS10 to get 10% off your AdvancedGG purchase while supporting the channel. Link is in the description. Soon, you'll have energy levels that rival even the most unhinged Kimberly players on Ranked. And more flavors to choose from than Street Fighter 6 will ever have balance patches. Thanks for watching the ad. Now back to the video.
Are you worthy of death?
Round 2. Fight.
So there were actually only 5 of us in this bracket today, which is why my stream matches were so few and far between. And we ran another casual bracket afterwards since there were so few of us, and this is that bracket. The Bison is once again my friend Tempest, and then I also play Ortega again. So this first set is 1-2 versus Tempest, and I very successfully blocked his sliding low there. That's kind of unique to Bison, and that's very negative. I initially thought it was safe for some reason because it just looks like it has oomph behind it, but it's very punishable, and I did get the punish there. Unfortunately, I did not react to the DI. I really should have been looking for it because I'm low on drive meter and only have 1 bar of super there, so it would have made sense for him to go for the wall splat, but I just wasn't ready and got caught standing up and caught with the bomb. I think I just get mixed here, is what happens. Oh no, I get lucky. I just start jumping in like crazy. And oh, I meant to level 2 there and it didn't come out. I bet I'd lose this round. Willing to bet I'd lose this round? Yep, I don't check a full screen drive rush because I was so panicked and just threw the round. Granted, this is casual bracket, so I don't think any of us were quite so locked in as we would be in the main bracket, but my issues fighting Bison are very, very apparent in this set. More than anything else, my tendency to strictly use anti-air Gladius is a real problem in this matchup because he has that Devil's Reverse aerial move that can change his trajectory. I got lucky and caught him a few times with a jump-in heavy punch, like by chance, but by and large, Tempest dominated the air in this set because I was using the wrong anti-air. And mind you, not only am I self-aware of the Gladius anti-air problem, but I finally decided to put in the grunt work to fix it. I have been sitting in the lab and oh my god, that was terrible. I've been sitting in the lab and just drilling anti-airs on reaction, and not just raw. Like, I have a bot shimmying around and rotating between jump-ins, whiffing a button that I have to whiff punish, doing a drive rush, doing a DI, that kind of thing. I'm mostly focusing on the whiff punish recording and the jump-in recording right now, but I'm only responding to those jump-ins in the drills with either Marisa's crouch heavy punch or her air-to-air medium punches, both of which I'm not using nearly as much as I should be. So I am eventually going to fix that problem, but in the meantime, when my reflex is so strongly Gladius, watching this back is very painful because I see the problem. I just haven't been able to fix it yet. It works out, like, when he presses a button in the air. You can see there I was able to anti-air with it. But it has so many vulnerabilities. You can empty jump on it. You can empty jump low on it. You can empty jump super on it. You can cross it up. You can empty jump throw it. Or I think, oh yeah, if Marisa's low health, she can't take the hit. And even if you get the successful anti-air Gladius, you'll just die. So I really need to be using my other anti-airs. I did get good corner pressure going here finally. And I thought I had finally landed enough blows that he was going to be like, alright, I'll chill, I'll just block, and he did. So I got my command grab. Unnecessary risk, but it worked out. And see there, like, I caught him with the tip of the anti-air Gladius, but if he had done the version of Devil's Reverse where he just descends in a stomp, then I would have gotten baited, he could have whiff punished it, would have been a huge problem. That was just an unhinged read. I was just like, he's gonna scissor kick. I don't know how I knew that. Sometimes I just have those. And I got the shimmy, and he's dead. Yup. Where are you going? Oh wait, no, this is super, take my love! Take all of it! Marisa perfect KOs will never not be satisfying. I love this character's design so much, and I really hope to God they buff her because I just enjoy playing her so much in spite of all her weaknesses. I was not ready to check the round start drive rush there. I did successfully block out a lot of the pressure, but I'm doing way too much jumping because he hadn't shown me consistent anti-air yet. Like, that means it's not terrible. See, there I got a trade again because I went for anti-air Gladius and I shouldn't have. But it's not terrible that I keep jumping. That was an intentional bait, at least. It's not, that was supposed to be an OD phalanx into wall splat, which would have killed, and I got the wrong input and got lucky with my armor stance. I get lucky a lot in this first to two. But, what was I saying? Anti-air. Oh yeah, I jumped on him way too much because he wasn't effectively anti-airing me. But even though that means I can continue to use air as an approach, I used it too much here. I autopiloted really hard on the jump-ins and just playing Super Mario a little bit when I didn't need to. And this set got much better when I started actually using my normals and pressuring him on block. That was a good reversal super from him there. I was mad at myself that I didn't bait it when I could have killed him. If I had noticed that he was really low... Oh, I was looking for scissor kick there and got lucky again. But if I had noticed that he was really low on meter, I might have expected the super and baited it and killed him. And unfortunately, I didn't. But I did win that set. And so I proceed to play Ortega again. And this was winner's final, because again, it was like a mini bracket. So this is first to 3 again. And just as a precursor before we get into this, he did beat me in both of these sets. So we ran it back in casuals. And yeah, I could be like, I wasn't quite locked in, it wasn't bracket, yeah. But he's just an incredibly strong player. Ortega is, in my opinion, one of the strongest players in North Jersey, one of the strongest players between Jersey and Philly, period. He's just excellent. And he adapted really well after his losses to me. And I did not adapt well to his adaptations. This ended up being really, really educational because we played so many games. And I just got totally screwed that first round. Like, everything went wrong there. And I was like, okay. He's mad about the 3-0. I'm gonna have to work for this again. He's controlling space really well with his lights here. And I'm still not reliably whiff punishing him, largely because so many of Ed's buttons are so fast that they don't feel whiff punishable, even though they probably would be if I were, like, on it. Like I said, I'm running a lot of drills on my whiff punishes, so eventually those are going to start to come out. I'm putting in the work. I know I'm eventually going to see the results. Another thing I noticed in this set is that he very rarely does anything between the medium punch target combo and a Gladius, so I was able to get away with that a lot more than I really should have. Where, like, normally that gap means he could super, he could ODDP, he could go for a low if I charge it, he could neutral jump, I have to guess. He kind of just held that. so I was able to take advantage of it as a tool. I got some good burnout pressure going here. I thought that was going to send him all the way to the wall, and it didn't, and I'm pretty sure I get baited here. I panicked because I was just like, that should have been the round. That should have been the round that should have put him at the wall, and I got annoyed, and I tried to force it, and when I try to force things, I lose the game. So we go into game 2. I'm trying to play at, like, tip Gladius range, and here I'm just rushing him down. Like, once I get in, I can eat people, but I need to get in and stay in and keep them from jumping out of the corner. I'm willing to bet that what happens next is he jumps out of the corner. Nope. I caught him, threw up armor stance on my -3. I don't know what I was looking for there. I think I meant to go for charged heavy punch, not charged back heavy punch, but either way, he ended up getting out of the corner. You see there again, he kind of just holds the Gladius after the medium punches. That was weird. I thought I was close enough to throw him, but he held the parry, so I just got to throw him anyway. We were both kind of giggling there. So it goes to round 2, and I read the fireball. I was really hoping for, like, some throw attacks after my double dashes up after the phalanx. I did too much shimmying in this set, because Ortega has very patient defense, and shimmying is so rewarding on Marisa that I really try to do it a lot. I should have thrown him there when I saw the parry. I autopiloted into a button. But I shimmy a lot because I'm looking for the big punishes. And in reality, it really needs to depend on the player that I'm playing. And when Ortega's defense is so patient, before I can start shimmying him, I needed to establish the throw more. And I didn't make him scared enough. Does that kill? Yes, that does kill. There are a lot of times here where I shimmy and he then just gets to start his pressure again because I'm not pressing. I'm not taking advantage of my plus frames. That was an unhinged read. I don't even know what I was looking for there. I am kind of just trying stuff a little bit because I knew this wasn't bracket, and it was a good opportunity to experiment with different ways to deal with this matchup. Which, big shout out to Satorha. If you watched my DIY video of the tournament from Brooklyn, his Ed beat me very soundly in the first to 3 in Brooklyn, and I contacted him afterwards and went, hey, you gotta help teach me this matchup. I don't understand how to fight this character, especially on Marisa. And he walked me through it, and that is the reason that I am going pretty even with Ortega now, 100%, is because of Satorha. Oh, why did I try to DI? I didn't even have the meter to risk that. I didn't have a health lead. That was terrible. That was just terrible. God damn it. But, I am trying to represent DI more. That was a lot more intentional, because DI will... Oh, my goodness. I don't know how that command grab whiffed. I remember us both being like, that should have hit. I'm confused. And then it turned into a scramble. But DI is actually very good against Ed because it will beat him holding Snatcher. The problem is that he can backsway instead of doing an attack, and the backsway can move him out of drive impact range. But if he's in the corner, he can't backsway to get away from me. So if I think he's going to hold the flicker, the Snatcher, whatever you want to call it, I can go ahead and throw out the DI. That was a good read. Unfortunately, I just didn't get my command grab, and then the round fell apart because I scrambled. That's another common theme of this set, is that I kind of panic when what I was doing stops working, and instead of slowing down and developing a new reactive plan, I just kind of start doing big swings like charge normals, jump-ins like there. That's double jump-in. Because I'm not sure what to do. I start just kind of making big swings when really I could be playing passive and looking to react to what he starts doing. That was a beautiful, perfect power from him. I'd represented the jump scare stance sweep a little bit too much, and he started looking for it. Which is a reward in and of itself, because it means he's scared to just walk around all the time. He has to block more, which should have helped me establish the throw. That was sad. I should have hit confirmed the forward medium punch counter hit into crouch jabs like Dima, but I reacted as though it had been blocked and went to steal my turn, and because I had actually hit him, it just threw everything off. Forward medium punch is one of the biggest things Satorha told me about this matchup, is that is a, I want to say 10 frame button, and Ed's best neutral buttons are a similar amount of frames, so it'll often counter hit him out of what he's doing if you play at forward medium punch range and represent that button a lot. And I did represent it a lot in my footsies with Ortega, but he has really, really good space control. One of the things that you'll see is happening right now that happened in the set is that he started using way more lights and being way, way, way less committal. So there were fewer things for me to reliably counter hit or guess right on a DI or a jump. He was pretty much always recovered from what he was doing, so he could anti-air, he could DI back, whatever. And I got uncomfortable that we were no longer trading mediums in footsies, And instead of just slowing it down and forcing him to commit to something bigger by not biting on the light bait, I kind of continued doing big stuff. That, I autopiloted buttons there. I have to recognize if I was planning on doing a bunch of buttons on block, but they hold parry in the middle, I need to throw them. 100%. That should have been what I did there. I believe this is the last round and that he wins the first to 3 here. Gonna see what happens. Yeah, I'm in a very low meter situation here. I only have 1 bar. I made it worse. I just kind of threw a Hail Mary DI, which was a very bad decision because even if it had hit, I didn't have the meter to turn it into a kill, and it cost meter. And now I'm nearly in burnout. I only have 1 bar of super. He has still like a ton of drive resources, and he knew I was just looking for the Hail Mary DI, and he just waited for it and killed me for it. And back to Tempest. I had to play Tempest in Losers Final, so I just went, you know what? This time I'm gonna play Ken, get my Ken practice in. My anti-airs on Marisa versus Bison are still really off, and it's a little easier to deal with a DP, so let's try it with a DP. I really should have been looking for more round start drive rush from Tempest because he represented it quite a bit in our sets, but I just wasn't ready to check it. I was thinking about too many things at round start. He called out me not doing a follow-up on the Jinrai there beautifully with the punish. I got my throw into another throw, kind of trying to establish the throw, caught him low, establishing the throw again. With Ken, I can play a lot more freestyle and just try to bait people into eventually doing something at a range where they shouldn't, because he can punish so quickly from so many ranges. He's just a lot lighter on his feet, a lot more versatile as a character. You don't need a big opening on Ken. You need a little opening to take them to the corner and then just put them in the blender, which is exactly what I'm doing here. I tried to DP too late there, or I got the input wrong, I don't know which one. He dropped his combo, I got lucky. I got my DP there. It's just so much easier to deal with Devil's Reverse when I have a DP. And this kills, I think. I'm like 99% sure this kills. It might leave him on a pixel. No, he's dead. He's dead. Okay. So I'm kind of dominating in this set. Do I get overconfident here is the question, looking back on it. I think I may have gotten overconfident. Oh, he went Blanka again. I'm still really uncomfortable fighting Blanka. He just has a lot of weird solutions to situations, like his ability to kind of like backwards ball to escape a throw on wake up and whatnot. But I do think I probably prefer fighting Blanka on Ken than on Marisa, just by virtue of the fact that I can contest it. Oh man, I wasn't close enough to get the punish with the button I tried. I should have used stand heavy kick. But I can contest at more ranges because of the fireball. And DP is a very, very good option against the Blanka ball until he starts doing light ball into nothing. If he does light ball into nothing and I DP'd, he'll block it and he can punish. But if he's doing light ball into throw or heavy ball, then the modern DP will be either of those options. Now here, I already know he's almost dead, so I'm just going to block it out and then try to react to when he leaves an opening. I'm pretty sure I super here eventually. Anything will chip though. I might have done something less. Oh, Blanka Ball beats out the Dragon Lash. I went for Dragon Lash again. Honestly, I shouldn't have committed to that, but it worked out. My round start drive rush jab. I dropped my combo. He started reading that I was using too much medium Jinrai and went for the DI, which is the correct response when that medium Jinrai is not off of the stand heavy punch where the first hit's a true block string. You can always DI that. I got so lucky with that super because his side swap would have gotten me if I'd done like anything else, but that super auto-corrected and got him anyway. Oh no, I got greedy with my wall splat. Do I throw this round? I think I throw this round. No? Oh, my throw whiffed because of the burnout plus frames. Do I chip him out here? I think I get a level 1 super after he tries to get in on me on reaction. No? Oh, yeah. And his DI would have whiffed anyway. He wasn't quite as close as he thought he was, so I got him. And this is first to 3 since it's Losers Final, so we're still going. But you can see that I'm just a lot more comfortable on Ken with Blanka. When I played Blanka in the actual bracket on stream earlier, I was trying to do the option select where you see Blanka ball and you do Marisa's command grab, and if it was heavy ball, you armor the ball, but if he just landed in front of you, you command grab. Tempest had labbed it. Nobody labs that. He labbed it, And he was going for light ball into a low, which beat the armor stance and scared the shit out of me. So that was really awesome on his part. As much as I am winning the sets on screen right now, I was really on it this particular day, and Tempest was also simultaneously competing in brackets for 2 other games that he did really, really well in. He's a very strong player. I think he just overloaded his mental stack a little bit. He's also the TO for, well, one of several TOs, but the main TO for Iron Grid up in North Jersey, a huge monthly, and in my opinion, just one of the best locals to ever do it, period. They put so much time and money and work into making that event absolutely fantastic, and they do so much for the scene. So huge shout out to Tempest. He's a really great dude and a really strong player. And here I'm getting bullied by Bison plus frames, some of which aren't real. I know that button, like before the heavy punch, that medium punch, that's not plus, but it looks a little bit like a mini version of the heavy punch, and for some reason in my brain, it's plus. And here I'm just letting him dash up on me and then wasn't looking for the DI because he starts dashing up and back and messing with my spacing. Tempest is very good at figuring out that I think I figured him out, and then just starting shenanigans that shouldn't work but do because I'm not looking for anything he's doing. Like, that was a beautiful double block from him to know I was gonna crack and do the DP. That was just fantastic. The double dash under into throw was ridiculous. But now I realize, okay, he's just dashing up in my face. He's not actually plus. I can punish that. Oh no. I see, that's, I've mentioned this in other videos. I tend to do my shimmy and then autopilot into the punish as though they bit. And if they didn't, sometimes they jump or they go for DI and I've already committed to my button and then I get hit. If I'd waited there after the shimmy, I could have beaten the DI. But I automatically went into my stand heavy punch as though he tacked, and he didn't tack, and almost threw the round. I believe I do win this round because I bait. Yep, I was looking for another throw there and he just didn't block high, so I got him. And so we go into casual grand finals once again. I now have to reset the bracket if I want to beat Ortega. And more matchup practice versus Ed, which is a win at the end of the day. I need to be using longer pokes than the stand medium punch. It is fast to recover, but I am better off using that forward medium punch that I mentioned earlier. I am spacing myself well here to avoid the Gladius whiffing, and I'm trying not to overcommit with keeping him in the corner. I'm not spending too much meter. There, if I autopilot the heavy punch in the air instead of the medium punch. If I'd done medium punch target combo, it wouldn't have been a weird trade. I would have just gotten him. I somehow jumped over him into the corner here, and now I'm kind of just trying to wait for my opening. I successfully jumped out. All good. Throw's fine. It's not that much damage. I have Marisa health. There, I'm really just kind of trying to give him more things to think about. Marisa normally has a normal overhead, which is forward heavy punch, but she loses that button on modern. So the stance overhead can be a good call out that blocking low isn't always safe. And I represent it more than I think a lot of Marisas do, because I'm trying to establish that I still have an overhead that you can't just block for free. Oh, I was trying to chip him out there, or catch him there. I don't know what I was trying to do. We were both laughing when that happened. That was the most unhinged interactions happened in SF6 in a while. So I'm up around. I start moving in closer and beating out his lights with the disjointed stand medium punch. That's something that Zaffarino had been advising me about, is that when people are using a lot of lights, walk into like tip range of stand medium punch and catch them with the disjoint. I overcommitted a little bit with the charged heavy there. I got away with a lot of charged heavy bullying in my bracket set versus Ortega. So I kind of kept trying it, and I needed to slow it down a little bit, because the first thing he said to me after this set was just, he stopped committing to stuff. And I kept committing to stuff. If I had done a different combo route there, I could have killed, and instead I panicked and put myself in burnout for no reason in an attempt to just end it on a guess. If I lose this round, I'm going to be so sad. And I think I do. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure I do at this point, because I don't have a lot of options. Yep. He very wisely baited that I was going to try to super after the snatcher pulled me in. And I threw that round. A round that I 100% had, because I committed to 2 drive rush cancels in a row that I didn't need to commit to. And I didn't even do the right combo either. If I'd gone knee into stand medium kick, instead of knee into the second knee, then I could have confirmed into a much bigger combo and potentially killed off of that instead of leaving him alive and then panicking and putting myself in burnout in the next interaction. That would have been cool if it worked, honestly. I don't think that was a terrible idea. It would have been really cool if it worked. I think that was the first thing I said after, was that would have been cool if it worked. But really, most of what's happening here is just that he has stopped doing anything major, and he's instead fully focused on my approach. And I get uncomfortable when not a lot is happening on screen, but the best counterplay in some ways to people that aren't going to commit to anything is to also not commit to anything big. Really, I should have just been kind of waiting, looking for a whiff punish, and if we're both kind of staring at each other, that's where I can do my forward heavy kick into Gladius, do some drive chip. I get chipped out here. I tried to go through the super because Marisa's level 1 is Fireball Invul, but I think it only beats one hit of a Fireball, and that's why I still got hit. I honestly thought that would have worked. But I shouldn't have put myself in that situation in the first place. That's on me. I should have been doing more forward heavy kick into Gladius, and I should have been spending a lot less drive meter. Spending too much drive meter is the other theme of this set. Now I'm messing up my spacing. Earlier I was playing really well at like tip Gladius range, and now I'm letting him whiff punish it. The light blitz on block. I didn't get the punish until like the last round of this set, but the light blitz on block is -4. I can punish that with a crouch jab into either a light Dima or into the stand medium punches into medium Dima, and too often I'm just like, I don't know what to do, and I react like half a second too late on the punish and I don't get the punish. But at least I know that's punishable now. That's useful matchup knowledge. I just have to get the reactions into my muscle memory by playing more games against strong Eds. He's really just controlling space so well here, and I started doing a lot of jumping because I didn't want to deal with his footsies. I did get really good bait there. Damn, do I super here? I honestly would have supered there just because I could gain it back during that. Wait, oh, I didn't have level 3. I thought I had level 3. I don't know why I did. Yeah, I'm fine with what I did here. And Marisa round. 100% Marisa round. But I'm uncomfortable at like the tip ranges of his lights. So instead of walking in and blocking it out and making him uncomfortable and making him commit to something else, or at least, you know, slowly walking him to the corner and then going for like forward heavy kick, there I literally jumped over him and practically put myself in the corner. I've just stopped playing slow and tried to force way too much stuff. But I did get him in the corner here. This round is going well. This is the one I win, isn't it? Yeah, this is the one I win. Or actually, I think this set ends up being 3-2. I think I win 2. But there, once I, like, got more intentional about my spacing and less risky with what I was going for on his Oki, like, I actually pressured. I stopped going for shimmy all the time and actually, like, went for buttons. I can't believe I'm still going for the sweep. I've been a little bit stance sweep happy ever since Lazy Boredom and Mad Gear talked it up to me as a real option for Marisa. But, like, I'm using it too much. I'm so excited that I have that tool that I'm using it too much. That was a beautiful backdash from him there, too. I think I die here. He didn't even have to spend the super. I looked at him after that and I went, that combo went on for 40 years, and we were both just laughing. It's the beauty of offline, especially now that this was no longer bracket. Like, we could both have more of a sense of humor about weird interactions and stuff because there was less ego on the line. Like, more than anything else, this was about both of us learning about each other's characters and about each other and about just how to play Street Fighter better. I do a lot of neutral jump into throwing a stand medium punch when I land, because if people walk up to me, it'll catch them trying to walk up into button. But if people aren't walking up, they can literally just whiff punish me on my own landing, even though it's a fast button. So I need to be more conscious of when I'm doing that. That was a weird whiff. I probably could have punished that, but I was confused as to what happened. Why am I burning so much meter? Oh my goodness. I didn't have level 3. It's about to be like, why didn't I cash out? But I don't think I had level 3. Oh my god. Do I win this round? I don't remember what happened here, and I'm kind of in shock that I'm turning this around. My guess is that I go for a DI and he jumps. No! I went for the DI and I got him. Sometimes you do have to risk it. That hasn't been real ever since the Season 3 patch. That's not a meaty DI anymore. He can jump that. He can react to that in a whole bunch of different ways. But sometimes you just gotta do it to him. That was... I don't know what that was. Maybe a misinput. Oh, and there my Gladius and E are getting screwed over again by cross-ups. That was 100% a panic wake-up DI. Literally, I don't think there's a single decision in this round that had a ton of thought behind it. It was more like, come on, let me close this out, let me get my momentum back. I beat you before, I should be able to beat you again. There's a lot of overcommitment going on in this set. A lot of drive rush cancels, and on top of it being a lot of drive rush cancels, it's a lot of drive rush cancels into things that have a gap. I'm going for my crouch medium punch after my stand medium punch target combo drive rush cancel, which that is very good, because on hit it goes into medium punches again, and on block you're +2, and into strikes, throw, shimmy, or catch back walk situation. But there's a gap there, and so is there with command grab, with throw, with anything but drive rush canceling into a light. And likewise, off the knee, I basically never went for knee drive rush cancel into crouch medium, which would have been a true string, and it set up the aforementioned very good +2 situation. I got greedy and instead kept going for a command grab or another knee after the situation. Oh my goodness, Marisa round. And then creating opportunities for him to drive reversal me off of him, DP me off of him, and then leave me in a situation where I'm down 3 bars of drive and he can just slowly chip away at me. I put myself in most of the situations I ended up in here. That phalanx was supposed to be a command grab. Sometimes I input forward special, down special too fast for the command grab, and I get only down special, which is phalanx. And you see there, again, overcommitment to the medium punch target combo puts me in a situation where I leave myself open to drive reversal. I was so mad after that. He even said after that he thought that he was close enough to the wall that the backdash would have gotten caught and it was a guaranteed super. That was why I did that, is that I thought it was a guaranteed super at that range. He didn't have the room to backsway, and he did. So that really, like, I couldn't even be particularly mad about that. I misjudged the spacing. I liked the decision I made. I just made a lapse in judgment. But, like, the thought was good. The idea was good. It was just the wrong spacing. And so it goes. And here I'm very consciously trying to tell myself to not give up my pressure and to be conscious of the ranges of my buttons. I keep catching him at the very tip of the Gladius here. Look at that. Very tip of the Gladius. I don't want to whiff anything. That was a missed input. That sucks. I'm at least still in green drive meter here, and I wanted to keep it that way and put him closer to burnout, so I went for the super. I can honestly get behind that decision even now. I did successfully air-to-air him there, but I think it might have actually just been that I happened to jump at the same time he jumped, and I went for a massive overcommitment and put myself in burnout. Oh my god, what happens here? Ah! If he had been perfect parrying or DIing that phalanx, see, there the neutral jump medium punches worked out because it was close enough to him that he couldn't back up and whiff punish it. That's better in the corner. But I should not have won that round. Like, that phalanx could have been supered, could have been DP'd. He just doesn't super reliably react to phalanx with the DP. He usually goes for parry, and he didn't have the meter to perfect parry at the time. Here, I really do get something going here. I was like, I could still get the reset. It's 2-2. I could still get the reset. And I'm not on it with my anti-airs, and I start again throwing big haymakers when he has backed away from me, and I have to walk closer to him first. And like, it's a joy that now more of the mistakes I'm making are things like spacing and meter. It's not just like, I didn't know what combo to do, or I didn't realize I could kill there, I didn't think about supering to burn him out, whatever. It's a lot more spacing and commitment and matchup knowledge. Like, I feel like I'm starting to see the game a little bit more in 4D and less as this purely two-dimensional strike-throw thing. And even though I wish I had been able to close the run back against Ortega out in casuals, the fact that it's still 3-2 here is so promising. When I ran casuals with Ortega's Ed not even 2 months ago, and I wasn't even reliably getting rounds off of him. It was deeply, deeply demoralizing. And I went to the lab, I went to someone else who played the character, I went to my replays, I put in the work, and I'm going blow for blow against a character that my character really struggles against, that's being piloted by one of the strongest players in our scene. So yeah, the fact that I didn't win it back the second time in casuals is a little disappointing, but it doesn't negate what happened in the main bracket. It doesn't negate the improvement I'm seeing on myself here. And I'm really, really excited to see what happens next. I feel like I'm incredibly close to a multi-level breakthrough on Marisa. I'm putting in the time in the lab. I'm labbing my anti-airs. I'm labbing my DIs. It's a matter of time to get to where I want to be. And then I get the -4 punish there finally. And I was so proud of myself. I did not have to drive rush cancel there. I could have just saved the meter and been in a much more optimal meter situation. And I'm pretty sure the fact that we're about even on meter here is what throws the round, if I remember correctly. Yep. I went for another drive rush cancel immediately and ended up in burnout with no meter. And he closes it out here. I land on the fireball.